Gemini to 9 Levels Life Purpose Guidance. I'm here today to do your monthly reading for the month of September 2022. Let's get started. I was pulling some Earth Magic Oracle cards for you, as well as Soul's Journey and Angel Oracle cards. I got one. And after that, you're gonna see I was pulling also some Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot cards for you. But let's get started with the Earth Magic Oracle cards. So what you can see, you got waterfall, clouds, and mountain in the reverse, and dragonfly upright. So waterfall talks about something feels effortless. With it's kind of like something where you try to change something, but it is pretty hard to change water with what represents the emotions. So you might want to surrender to the flow a little bit more to get to your goal, kind of like, let's say with the clouds in the reverse, it talks about imagine you would be the cloud, and when the clouds are changing their forms, and you might see fantasy forms or something like that in the clouds. But what it wants to say is you should try to feel like you would be the cloud, and you people watching you. So it's kind of like an advice to watch how you express yourself to the outside, or how you want to get seen, better say. With the mountain in the reverse, it can talk about a mountain is very massive, very can be dominant. Maybe that's kind of like an issue you have, like maybe people say you're very it looks like you would be very dominant, or it feels like you you want to show your power as a mountain. But it can also talk about your inner power, that you kind of like feel exhausted. It can also be like, with the dragonfly emergence, it talks about an intense process. So like into the next cycle of your life. What can also be unexpected. You might feel unprepared, but you are, a spirit saying. So you're moving into the next stage, but you also have to adjust your thinking. So let go of illusions and surrender to the flow. With the Soul's Journeys card, you have balance in the reverse, change and acceptance in the reverse, and guilt upright. Balance, it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony in my world, and I do so without judgment. So you might want to work on your judgment to yourself and to others. With the change in reverse, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So you might feel like, if you want to change something in your life, Gemini, you might want to take that first step, if it's within you, or with a situation, work-wise, with your relationships. So accept that if there's change, accept the flow. Again, what also says the acceptance card, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. With the guilt upright, I release beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's journey. So this is the same like the dragonfly emergence card is advising you to let go of illusions and surrender to the flow. All right, let's jump over to your tarot cards, Gemini. So with the tarot cards, Gemini, you have 4 major arcanas laying right in front of you, which is the Tower, the Lovers in reverse, the Fool upright, and Death in the reverse. So let's get started with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. It is the slowest moving energy in the tarot. It talks about considering your next move, or plotting and planning for the future. It can indicate, going introspective, and, slowing moving energies can turn into something incredible, like turning into incredible results. Like, you know, when you try to lose weight, for example. With the tower upright, the crown got blown off the tower. So the crown ain't fit the tower anymore. So your situation has changed, and you have evolved, and you're moving past your current situation. You have outgrown your situation, and you take the necessary steps. It talks about, the comfort inside, the discomfort we thought we need. With the Four of Cups, it can talk about unseen opportunities. They're right in front of you. Maybe there are some distractions or disappointments you're dealing with. You're feeling bored. Or it can also talk about, being emotionally closed off. Um, stay open for the unexpected and for the outside of the box opportunities. So there are pleasures and possibilities that can be claimed, Gemini. With the Six of Swords in the reverse, it can talk about interrupted travel plans. So you might were thinking about going somewhere on vacation. It can talk about that you want to move forward, but maybe the other party or the other person doesn't want to. Um, with with the Six of Swords, it can also talk about that you might want to look for alternative plans, or make some. With the Lovers in reverse, it can, it's Gemini, it's your card. It can also talk about that someone is forcing love, rushing into romance, instead of like let it take its natural course, or being codependent. What we were just talking about with the Six of Swords in reverse. It can also talk about, spying on your partner because somebody has trust issues, either you or the other person. With the Four of Wands, it shows me what you want. So it also, like, you have a lot of force in there. So what talks about stability. The Four of Wands normally shows, celebration, a strong passion. It can also talk about blessings, staying stable and strong, and that you might see early payoffs from your work you already have done, like, like dividends or so. Also, like enjoying the countryside, the pleasures of it. With the Three of Swords in the reverse, it talks about that you're moving on past issues that once caused you much pain. So you're more like, you're moving towards your freedom. What I can see with the Fool in reverse, you're still being hesitant when you are getting opportunities. Maybe you have no trust in yourself right now or in that situation, or you already being very busy, or worried, have a lot of in your mind for like what other people are thinking about you, their opinions. So you might want to work on that. With the Three of Wands in the reverse, it talks about you rethink, you overview your partnerships, and you want to make sure that you also got a good deal out of it. So it also says you don't have to prove yourself. With having and keeping an open mind and to look for new solutions. With the Death in reverse, it is being unable to face a change. Again, like, you had the change card with the Soul's Journey in the reverse. So face the change, it will be for your better, Gemini. So it also can talk about dealing with old habits, but you have new circumstances. And, like dealing not with the real issue, the bigger problem in your situation, like, touching just the surface. So learn to let go what does not serve you anymore. With the acceptance card in the soul's journey, surrender and let go of all what does not serve you anymore for your soul's growth. With the Ten of Cups, it talks about the happily ever after card. It talks about family or having conclusions, the final and the ending, and the vision of happiness. With the King of Pentacles, it can talk about somebody, who was not really taking care of the value of money, or somebody who was cheating or stealing. And it can also talk about somebody as being undependable. So that's kind of like what I got for you, Gemini, for the month of September. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with all of you. Take what does and leave the rest, Gemini. At the end, I want to show you the Angel's Oracle card, what was clearly communicate clearly in the reverse. So there's your advice. Whatever is your goal, whatever is your situation, rethink, let go, surrender, let it flow, and just, you're Gemini. You're good in thinking and with the communication. So work on that, use it, and I wish you all the best, Gemini, and I see you in the next one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would very appreciate it. Bye, Gemini.